Hello everyone, and welcome back to Evastopol. So yeah, this is the city that I started in stream yesterday, or 2 days ago, on Thursday. And off camera, I've just let the game run for a bit, so we got a bit of money. I did some clearing up. So first of all, I moved the name properly downtown, so it looks better. Secondly, at the end of the stream, our life expectancy started to crash, so I got that back up. What I did is basically I told everyone who lives downtown, just go work wherever, and that fixed the service providers. Like, okay, apparently it didn't, but okay, it's better now than it was. The downside is we now have 500 unemployed workers. I went ahead and did some cable management here, so this is a bit less of a mess. I got rid of the power power diverter there, and I actually managed to hook this high voltage wire up directly to the export point over there. So now we're making a lot more money from exporting power, because it's just chugging out power for export now. And that actually gave me an idea. Because right now we're only using the medium connection points here to power a city and the mines over there. So I was thinking, what if we get another high voltage line going from here to, say, over there and export more power? Because we oh, that is a problem. Okay, there's more workers coming. Okay, there's a lot more workers coming. That's good. Okay, so before we do that, okay, let's just give the power plant a teensy bit higher priority, a bit less over there. There we go. And now we're gonna run the high voltage wires to Banished there and just get double the export. Because the export stations, if you look, zoom across the map, zoom, 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 they are actually limited to 10 megawatts of sales, pretty much. So our power plant can output 24-ish megawatts. So basically right now what we're effectively doing is wasting 10% or 10 megawatts of capacity. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this high voltage wire and just run that this way, like so. To what was the next place that we could export from? Was it Karabadag? No, we can export over there, but I think that one's closer. Yeah, or maybe even Baraharad. Blah words. Okay, so there we go for export. Yeah, so let's grab our cable from there. Come on. No. That's definitely not what I want you to do. I want to grab that one and then head that way. And I think we might need to go back across the river. Oh, well, we'll see in a second. Oh, we're on the right side of the river. There's a lake in the way. We can go this way though. That. And boink. There we go. And then we can say this one, export as well. And I don't want to export everything here, because there is the potential of actually... Oh, that's interesting. The great city of menu button. Can we just pretend you didn't exist? Thank you. So yeah, let's have a look. See, because we don't want to overload this, but we can just go... There we go. So now we're making a lot more money off the power. I mean, the power plant will be burning a lot more coal, but it at maximum production only eats 24 tons of coal. We've got this thing that can produce a maximum of 120 tons per day. And this is generally going for 70 tons on average. Which apparently is, okay, about half. So we end up with about 30 tons of coal ore per day. So this should be okay. Meanwhile, a new vehicle is unlocked. So the other thing that I wanted to do is, because we've now got the city going a bit more, our population is actually growing on its own, but we have a lot of uneducated workers and workers without a university education. So I'm going to build a university. However, before we get into building the university, so far we've been buying buildings. Basically, you just pay the money and it gets erected from nowhere. There is, however, an entire construction mechanic in this game that I'd like to mess about with for a bit. It'll save us money in the long run, because right now we're paying for getting the ground flattened, we're paying for all the materials we're buying, we're paying for actually the man hours in building the building. And if we check our economy and trade and say our import of resources, okay, so we've built the long high voltage cable there. If you look at it, a lot of that is steel. Oh, it doesn't show the man hours in here. Thought it did. Oh, there it is. For manpower, yeah. So we've paid 17,000 rubles in manpower, which we could have gotten for free. After all, we have 500 people without a job. So I'm thinking, and it's always very dangerous when I get to think, these two bus stops, they tend to have a couple of people waiting around most of the time. There's a couple of buildings here that don't really have anything. Oh, people are unable to get meat, probably because of the ginormous queue in front of the grocery store. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is we're going to turn this into our construction yard. That way we're relatively close to the railroads as well, and we will need a rail connection for that. We might have to finagle these around in the long term. Or we can put the... Actually, we'll put the storage space for a construction yard on the other side, because it's easier to get a road underneath these things than it is a railway. So, step one is to get a road going. We'll just get our good old asphalt roads. And just run it out here, because I want to run this across there, like so. Step two is to get a construction depot going. No, that's not what it's called. Construction related industry. Construction office, there's the one. So yeah, this is basically where you'll be storing your equipment for construction. There's one for rail as well, so you can actually buy equipment to construct railways on your own without having to pay for them anymore. So what we're gonna do is, yeah, see, right now we're still paying. Or maybe like that. Yeah, I think I'll do it like that. So get rid of this road. Get it in this corner instead. Have that hooked up. It's not gonna fit, is it? Come on. Please, 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 please. No, it's not. Bummer. Oh well. And of course it's nighttime. So there we have our construction office. And now let's just clean this corner up a bit. There we go. Et voila. So, first thing we're going to buy is equipment. And we're going to start with an excavator. Because once we have the excavator, we can just raise and lower the terrain without needing to pay for it anymore. So there we go. Step two is a bulldozer. That one you use to flatten the terrain. So if we click now on the construction office, okay, we can close this. You can see that it's going to need a bunch of things. It's going to need a place where it's going to get workers. It's going to need a place where it's going to get gravel, asphalt, concrete, steel, bricks, prefab panels, boards, etc, etc. Of course, you can still buy these things, but eventually we'd like to be producing all these so we can build for free. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to connect a road through here to make that bus station a bit more accessible. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of yes, that's what we'll do. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of the footpaths here. And see if we can run a road out here, which we can. And we can put the footpaths back in. There we go. Hook this back up. I don't know if that's the way it was hooked up, but it is now. That one can go. Oh, that's kind of icky too, actually. We'll do it like that. There we go. Oh, come on, work with me here, damn it. There we go. Yeah, sure, hook you through here. Oh, that won't go. That's a shame. We'll hook you though, like that though. Generally, more foot connections is more better, because these people are quite willing to walk. So, one guy can't work because of low education, no kindergarten, no culture. Really? You are in range here though. Although you have radios, but there are more culture buildings than just the cinema. You can get a radio station going, or a TV station, I believe. But A, it's huge, and B, it's excessively expensive. So we're definitely not doing this until we have our construction industry going. Oh my god, it's lagging the game. That's how bad this is. So, right. What we're gonna do is you can store most of this stuff on one type of building, and that's exactly what we're gonna get. So what we're gonna do is go to infrastructure, railways, I believe it's under, no, you know what, it's always under here. There we go. It's the open storage. Now, there's two versions of this. The small one, which can store, well, that much of everything, or we can go for the medium one. The medium one has the advantage of having a railroad connection. And because a large chunk of what we're constructing with is steel, we're going to go for the medium one, because the steel mill comes with its own railway connection. So we can hook that up directly to this and have a train running dedicated back and forth. Or have a train, run it here to dump steel for construction, and then continue on somewhere else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that... I'm going to put it facing this way with the road, I think. Yes. Oh. I'll show you. So right now, if we hold the left mouse button, we'll be paying for it. If we disable the auto build from rubles and then hold it down, you can see our little excavator there in the top corner. It's going to move really quick, and we're not paying anymore to flatten the terrain. So we're going to engage auto build from rubles because we don't have enough yet. There we go. Then step 2 is to run a road, and oh, I may have made a mistake here. Yup. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we can salvage this. Can we turn this? Okay, no. Okay, if we go like that, that'll work. There we go. So now we're going to tell this building specify or replace the source building, that one, and you can see now it's going to get steel, bricks, boards, and prefab panels from here. So what we're going to do is we're going to set limits on how much there can be of everything here, because otherwise it's just going to end up over time being filled up with one type of goods. And for now we're just going to say you're allowed to buy these things up to a very low level. We don't want you to buy anything more than this. You can also see that the price for the resources is that much, but with delivery it's that much. The closer a building is to any of the border import stations, the cheaper the delivery will be. See, the cost of delivery per ton is 33 rubles. So for now we're just going to say okay, and just let this rip. And you can see that the game has started to buy resources on its own. And that's it, because we only told you can buy that much and no more. So now this guy is going to need a couple of things. It's going to need an open hull transporter, so it can actually pick this stuff up and deliver it to the construction site. Let's get one of those, and in fact we're going to get 2 of those, because these have another function. If we go to the tower cranes, some buildings will need these in order to, well, build the building, because it's got a really tall chimney or something. These will also need to be transported by the open hull, so we're just going to get the big one because, well, go hard or go home. Other than that, we will need a bus to ferry our workers from wherever we're going to pick them up to the construction site. So for that, I'm actually not going to pick the big bus. I'm going to pick whatever the fastest bus is. So that's either this one or that one. Okay, reconsider. I'm going to pick this bus because it's got decent capacity and speed. There we go. We will eventually need these other things, like the concrete mixer, the paver, the roller. Those are used for building roads. I don't expect this will need an ambulance because I think accidents can happen on the construction, but we have a hospital with plenty of ambulances. Incidentally, while I wasn't recording this, we unlocked a new ambulance. So for now, we're just going to make do with this. Oh, and we're going to tell the bus here. No, not the bus here. Whoops. We're going to just tell the building to get workers from there. And we're going to tell these guys here, because we still have plenty of workers without a job. You guys are just going to work there. And then let's get some of this stuff going, because apparently they want more culture. Well, we're not going to do churches. This is the Soviet Union after all. No sports. You have a sport field right there. So that seems to be on you entirely. But the food is a problem, and you're not the only ones complaining about food. So what we're going to do is construction. We're going to get residential buildings, and we're going to get a grocery store, but we're going to disable auto build from rubles. So we'll put that there, I guess. Well, maybe more in the middle. That way we'll be able to reach more people. I'd have to move infrastructure first, though. I'll put it here. We'll put it right there. So, click, and you see now that nothing's happening because it's not buying stuff. So it's missing concrete, gravel, and asphalt. And it's missing workers, and the construction is not assigned to construction office. And no workers are making them. So, what we're going to do here is tell this guy unfinished road. Yeah, and also that. Oh, okay. So the road here isn't being done either. So we are going to do the road right quick. There we go. Then we're going to tell you. Oh, it already picked it up on its own. That's good. Problem: it doesn't have gravel. It doesn't have asphalt. It doesn't have concrete. Gravel, I think we can store. But asphalt and concrete are a bit iffy. If we go to the storage and warehouses, let's see. Yeah, the aggregate storage will let us store gravel, but we cannot actually store asphalt or cement or concrete for that matter. So we will need to get that going somehow. So I might have just picked the exact wrong building for this. Okay, well, let's set this to normal speed and then fund construction from rubles. And then, yeah, we'll have to do this from rubles. Damn it. That's a shame. Also, what is going on with your voltage there, dude? You should be okay in the voltage there. We'll let this run, and yeah, there will be sellers here in a second, hopefully. Question mark. Okay, these guys need a basic education. And that's another thing that I want to do. Because our school is permanently overloaded. So we're gonna get another school. Let's see if that requires less concrete and is more easier to build. Where is the school? Oh, that's under education. Derp. Okay, that requires other stuff as well. So we'll get the school going. Okay, screw those wires. They gotta go. Let's do the wires first. So, goodbye. The end. And we'll just run you out to. Ooh, okay. Before we do that, engage that because wires are a bit of a mess to build with on your own. There we go. So that's running again. Yes, good, good, good. Okay, school. Think. There we go. Education. That's still disabled. Good, good. And we'll put it like that. So now this guy should pick up on its own. Oh, it's gonna do the road first. Again, road. Just do the road. Thank you. There we go. And there we go. So now these vehicles are all gonna move. That one's gonna pick up workers. You see, that one picked up the excavator. Are you gonna do anything? Nope. Why not? Oh, because it needs gravel, asphalt, and work days in order to finish that. Okay. So for now, we're just gonna hit the fund construction. There we go. Yeah, we can import most of this. Probably? Well, we're about to find out. Okay, you're gonna move. Are you gonna do anything? Where are you going? Oh, you're gonna refuel, aren't you? Yep. Can I seriously not tell any place to buy concrete on its own? That sucks so much. Because as far as I'm aware, there's no way to store concrete other than to get these concrete mixers. Okay, we'll just buy one of those. And can we then tell this to just buy it? No. I mean, I could tell it, probably. No, you can't even tell it to go to the border and buy it there. We might have to just build a concrete plant. Very well. Then the construction will have to wait. We'll just finish this from rubles. Yoink. And it needs staff and teachers, yes. Right, then let's get the concrete going, apparently. And concrete, you can basically get gravel anywhere on these places. Although I have strongly considered, instead of building mines, to just buy the gravel. And only process the gravel. And I think we'll do just that. So we're gonna need to build another kind of an industrial area, because this one's getting kind of filled up. And I want to save the space here for our iron ore and steel mill. So this will be the next area. So step 1 is re-engage the auto build from rubles, and we're gonna get a big bus platform going here. Show me the wireframe. This is roughly the middle of the flat area. And we will also get another gas station here, which is never a bad idea. Let's do a bit of road first. Here we go. And an argument could even be made to, instead of busing people here, to get a rail connection going, but I think it's a bit too expensive right now. Okay, so that's too big of a descent up or downhill, but if we go like that, there we go. And then we can hook you up to here. Come on. There we go. That's that all connected. So this will be our processing area for construction materials, I suppose. Which is completely out of the way from our actual construction office, so we might end up moving that. That's not a big deal. So, gravel. Well, step 1 would normally be a gravel quarry. But I'm thinking to just skip that and we'll just buy the gravel for now. And only process it. Because the other downside to gravel is that you cannot directly move it from the quarry with these conveyor belts. So the coal mine has a slot for the conveyor belt, the gravel quarry does not. You're gonna have to have trucks run back and forth between that all the time. But we can just go like that, I guess. And this is just a waiting game, really. Can we get you there? Come on. Actually, if we turn you around, it'll be easier with the road and there we go. And just buy this from rubles, because we still... The downside is that even though if you have the equipment, you'll have to disable auto build from rubles in order to use the equipment for construction like that, or for flattening the terrain. So we'll get you a bit more like that. There we go. Oh, what the heck did I just do? Really? Explain to me what vehicles are here. Oh. What are you doing? Okay, well, we'll look at that in a second. Let's first get this sorted out. Go. So, let me think. First up, completely unrelated to most of the construction there, is find the vehicle depot and buy another one of these oil tankers. And we get a couple new ones here as well, but the capacity is all kind of eh. We're just gonna get the big one. Then here we had, this one is our fuel storage for local use. So you are gonna go there, load up with fuel, and then go there and unload fuel. And in fact, I'm gonna explicitly tell you to only load fuel, otherwise we're gonna get the bitumen bug again. And here you're gonna wait until you're unloaded. Vamos. Seriously, what are you doing? Building is without power supply, obviously, yes. You weren't supposed to go here. At all, you bastard. So let's get an electric substation. And yeah, it's set to auto build from rubles. There we go. And then let's have a look here. This cable is pretty close to being capped out, because this type of cable can do 2.2 megawatts and we're using 1.5 just for the building. This one, however, is only at 1.2. So what we're gonna do is get another one of these split points in. So you have to go. I would like a medium voltage switch, and if you face that way around, you go like so, and then we'll just run you up the road, and preferably on the other side of the road, like that, and then just have you, okay, voila. So now this place has power, and this place can also stop buying the fuel because it's going to be delivered by our trusty fuel trucks. Alright, so we'll leave this as is for now, and instead go for the gravel processing up here. And you can see this one also does not have an direct input for gravel, so it's going to be trucks again. So disable auto build from rubles, and there's our little excavator doing his excavating things. And now, because we only have the one excavator, it takes a bit longer. The more excavators you get, the quicker this will go. There we go. And then fund from rubles. And that's a bit pricey. I mean, how much does that cost? 40,000. Okay. There we go. So, the upside is that quartz stone is dirt cheap. So we're just gonna tell this guy, yeah, you can just buy whatever quartz stone you need. Okay, once we have processed it into gravel, well, first up, this guy needs gravel. Yeah. This guy needs gravel, so we're going to tell you to go there for your gravel. Second up, we're gonna convert this into concrete. So let's get construction. No, not construction. There we go. Let's see, further processing. So we can convert coal and gravel into cement. We can convert cement and gravel into prefab panels. And we can convert concrete or cement and gravel into concrete. And we'll use it for asphalt, so we're going to be using a lot of gravel. So let's just start. Let's see, asphalt we won't be doing just yet, because we only use that for roads as far as I'm aware. So we're going to start with the production of cement, because these two, the prefab panels in concrete, both need cement as a starter, and gravel of course. So we're going to start with the cement. And again, it's huge. So step 1, disable auto build from rubles, and have our trusty excavator get to work. I know. There we go. Oh, that went all of a sudden. Okay, I'll cancel that. Because it's free to cancel these plans. Oh my god, will you just go away? Thank you. Concrete plant. No, cement plant. Auto build. Oh, that's pricey. That's very pricey. Oh well. Here we go. You use cement for just about anything in this game anyway, so might as well get that sorted out. In the meanwhile, let us get some more bus transport going. And we will just buy 3 of these. And the people who come here to work, this is almost finished. For starters, they're just only going to work at the gravel processing. So let's have a look. See, we have a lot of people there. We still have plenty of unemployed workers. So in fact, I'm gonna tell this building, you guys are now gonna work there. And you bus are gonna go there. Pick people up, drop them off. And vamos. You bus are gonna go there and then go there. Vamos. And you bus are going to... Actually, I want to keep this one as is. I feel like we might need to build another bus station there. I'm gonna keep this bus around for now. Oh, and this is finished. And it will need coal and gravel. Well, the good news is we have the coal right here. The downside is it's gonna get iffy to get that out from here. Or from that building, rather. Ideally, you just run a conveyor up here, which is what we'll be doing. I'm just trying to decide how to go about that. I think splitting it off from here and then running it back is going to be easiest, given that that's after the storage. Yeah, I think we'll do just that. I'm also surprised that this storage isn't filling up anymore. Is that because this is now consuming so much coal that we need everything to keep this one level? Yep, that's what it is. Okay, tell you what, in that case, you are allowed to start buying coal ore. Oh, that hurts, but go ahead. Actually, stop that at once. You are no longer allowed to buy coal ore. What is your problem? You can reach that. Go there. Come on. There we go. Okay, right. We might need to start exporting a little less coal. On the other hand, it has been 20 minutes or thereabouts, and we're out of money, so I might just let the game run for a bit again, off camera, and then come back to this. I think that's exactly what I'll do. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.